We'll do the combination locks. We'll do that little presentation for that one. Then after the 7th and 8th graders are done with that, then we'll start your tests. Because they'll probably be done with their tests by the time. We just did a review with their tests, and they realize it's not that bad at all. Okay? So, you want to, right now, put your boards underneath your chair. Put your boards underneath your chair. And have your notes out. Because what I'm going to do is I am literally going to go through the questions and show examples. I'm not going to do the literal questions. I'm going to show examples of all these things. And you want to make sure that you can write, or you have in your notes, what you will need for the answer.
Just get all of them.
Get all your notes ready. So if you have the notes, then you're good to go. But if you don't, you go, oh, I don't have that. I need to write that note in, so you'll have it for your test tomorrow. So have your paper out. I'm not asking you if you would like to have that out. I'm telling you, have your notes out. Follow simple instructions.
Not optional.
All right.
I'm not done using it.
That's okay. This first part's going to be easy. No. You're just going to use your old notes. You're going to go through. You're going to make sure that as we're going through these things, if you don't have this information, you're going to want that information. Okay? So that's why we're going to go through it a step at a time. That's why I want you to have it out. So if it's like, wait a minute, I don't have that, I need to write that down. You get a chance to get it if you didn't have it the first time. Okay. This one's not too hard. You'll have to list the 2 qualities of a successful band member. Where is it in the room right now? Up there. Look up at that poster. It's right there. You should not miss that question. Please don't miss that question. So that's a redundant one. But that is on the test. You will have to do that one. This one, however, is the most missed one. 3 qualities of a successful counter. Now, most people forget this, or they misspell the word. Who thinks they can write the first one without any errors? Johnny, come on up. You seem very eager to do that. We're going to see if he's right. And the judge is not you guys, it's Miss Coleman, because she's the one that grades this. So if she can't read your chicken scratch, then she's probably going to count it wrong. So make sure you write it clearly. Miss Coleman, what do you think about Johnny's answer?
Yeah.
Perfect. Who thinks they could get to the second item? Isaiah? Knowledge. And then, again, if you don't have this written down, or you're like, I don't know if I can spell that correctly, now's your chance to write it down. He's got coordination. C-O-O, that's the most missed part. People get the double O. C-O-O-R-D-I-N-A-T-I-O-N. And who's got the third one? Come on up. We had to do this like 4 times, though, in the first period, because everyone kept misspelling this last one. So he might not have it yet. We'll see.
I can't.
He's got it correctly. Now, I'm going to write it out bigger so you can see it. The last one's what? Concentration. C-O-N-C-E-N-T-R-A-T-I-O-N. Concentration. Spelling does count, so make sure you spell it correctly. Okay, I see a few of you writing it down. That's great. That's why we're doing this. We're giving you a chance to make sure you've got it correctly for the test tomorrow. You don't want to miss it just because you're like, oh, I'll remember, and then, oh, I forgot. You'll see some pencils going, that's fine. I'll wait a second. Good. All right. Now, you will see this symbol but you'll have to label the 3 parts down here. Instead of labeling it around the triangle, you're going to have to label it down there. Spelling does count. Keegan, why don't you come up and try the first one. We'll see if he can spell this one correctly. A what? No. Sound is fine. He did the easy one. He got it. It doesn't matter if it's in order. It's the spelling's matter. So you come up and do the next one. You might go for the easy one. You might try the hard one. We'll see.
This one, for some reason, people seem to think it's the qualities of counters. That triangle should be a sign for you, right? You have to do the element.
And he spelled it correctly. Let's get the last one, Adriel. So if you're not sure how to spell rhythm, it's right there. We already have sound.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly. Silence. Now, what are these 3 things called again, Petron?
The 3 elements of music.
3 elements of music. That's how it will be asked for. Okay, 3 elements of music. That's the key word, the elements of music, the 3 elements of music. All right, now don't freak out if you're like, I need to write that down. I'm going to write it back here in a second. Now, they're going to ask you to list those 3 elements one more time. So you actually have to write them out twice on this test. But then, you have to write down what they actually equal in a band class or a music class, or what you'll see in the music. So what is the equivalent of rhythm? There. Christian? I forget they're not that tall. Right. Counting is correct. What's the equivalent of the sound? Lucas? Yeah. Notes 8. Notes. And then Adrian. The last one. Right. Rest or rest, plural. Either one works. So you'll have to list those things off there.
Do they have to go in order?
No, they have to match up.
Oh, yes.
They have to match up, but they don't have to go in order. Okay.
Thanks.
Now then, you will need to be able to define what this word is. A subdivision. Okay? So, look in your notes, and I think, what am I your name? Braden. Come on up, Braden. Let's let you try and write it up here, see if he's got the right definition or not. So it's literally going to have to be a word for word as the definition as we gave it. So go for it. Let's see if he's got it. You are close. You got one thing incorrect, and you're missing a key word there. But you're close. All right. So we're gonna leave this one up. So don't erase it. Let's see if someone else can come up and get it now. Let's let Colton have a shot. You're close, Braden. You're close. Let's see if you can see what's missing. And one thing was incorrect in it. he got the missing item, but he still has one thing wrong in it. Okay, so let's see. Someone didn't come up yet. Let's let you give it a shot there. No, what's your name?
Jacob.
Jacob. Let's let Jacob see. So this is the closest one, Colton, but one item is incorrectly labeled here. Let's see if he can put the correct one. Aha. You're right. Keep going. Good. Now, I noticed something. He misspelled equal, but he fixed it because he was able to erase. What should this test be written in, by the way? Pencil. In case that happens to you guys too, you can erase it. Now, what he was missing, equal, and then both of them had notes. Now, the problem is a note, it can't be divided. A note can't be divided. A note's a note's a note. What can be divided? Beats. Beats can be divided, okay? You can't divide notes up. Beats can be divided. All right, so that's the true definition down there. Make sure you've got that definition. One beat divided into blank. Now, we didn't miss the blanks. You all got the blanks. That's usually this part too, is the blanks. All right. In your test, it won't be this way exactly, but you will see the foot language.
Yes.
And what you'll have to do is write down what the counts would say for this different foot language. So what would you write here? One. What would you write here?
One
One te. What would you write here?
One
One ta, te, ta. Now, someone asked in the first period, well, wait a minute. Isn't that supposed to be 1, 2, te, 3 ta, te, ta? Well, if you did that, we wouldn't count off for that. That's fine. If you put the actual counts for the actual number of beats on there, that's fine too. It wouldn't count off if you did that one. Then you would do the opposite thing. You would see the subdivisions, and it's not in this order. It's going to be in weird order. My 7th and 8th graders, good luck tomorrow on your test. You would see the actual beats, and you'd have to put the foot. So what would you put for this beat, this subdivision?
Nike swoosh.
A Nike swoosh. So down, up. What would you put for this subdivision?
Two. Whatever going down.
1 down, 1 up. What do you put for this subdivision?
2 down, 2 up.
2 down, 2 up. So that one's not going to be hard, but it's going to be more than just this, and it's going to be messed up. It's trying to trip you up. Okay, so don't let that happen. Now, you will see a chart on your test similar to this. It's not exactly like this, so don't sit there and copy and be like, oh, he's just copying off. I'm not. I'm going totally messed up here, but you're going to have a chart that looks like this. And then there'll be blanks after each one, or before, I can't remember which one. Then you'll have this side, you'll have names. So it'll be let's see here. Now, okay, you'll have this. What we don't want is this. Oh, I don't want to see a bunch of that on the test, and I have to sit there and try and decipher which arrow goes to which thing here. What should you do?
Write the letter.
Write the letter in the thing. So what letter goes here?
G.
G. What's this one?
I mean,
C.
F.
F. Because this is a half note. A half note does not have a filled-in note head. What is this one? C. That's the quarter note. What's this one? B. Yes. What's this one?
D.
D.
E.
E. and A. Does that make sense? I don't want, this little weird crazy map. I'm like, I don't know what letter that's supposed to go to. All right? So please do it the correct way. I don't know where that ever came an answer thing, but kids see that like that, and they just, I'll just draw the lines to it.
Yeah.
Kindergarten? Yeah, they need to stop teaching that in kindergarten.
Elementary, there's some that you have to draw. You have to connect the lines.
Yeah, that's a weird way to do it. I wouldn't do it that way. Okay, now, you will see a completed note chart. Now, you have your note chart now with rest, right?
Yes, sir.
It will have everything but one element. It will be no, not the rest. It'll be missing the numbers. So you'll see, I shouldn't have erased it. You'll see the notes, you'll see the names, you'll see the rest, and then you have to give us the numbers. What number with that? What? 2, 4, 8,
16,
64. And it's not going to be that easy. It's not going to be straight down the page. Okay, it's going to be messed up. All right, so that one's not going to be too bad. You'll be able to get that one, I'm sure. Now, what is this dude? Yes, sir.
A time signature.
A time signature. You will have to tell us the 3 things in order and the way we like to see it that bottom number is going to tell us. What's number 1, Lucas? Name of the game. So if you don't have this, write this down. The name of the game. Okay? What is number 2, Isaiah?
Main note, ace.
The main note or not or, the main note, and you can have the ace, or if you don't have it, we would still count it if you just had the main note. But if you had the ace there too, that would look good. What's the 3rd and final, probably the most important thing on there? Yes, sir.
The main note and
The main note, what? Equals what?
1 beat.
A subdivision of 1. It has to look like this. Does it look like this in your notes?
Yes.
If not, write it down like this. Now, someone asked us first period, well, can I have the foot and the on? I was like, yeah, sure, that's fine too. But this is what we want it to look like. No variations. This is what we want. Okay? So that's just for what note, or what part of the time signature?
The bottom.
The bottom number. That's all that is for. It's just the bottom number. Does anybody need to finish writing this in? Please be honest. There's nothing wrong with saying, yes, wait, I didn't have that in my note correctly. Everyone's good?
And does it all have to be spelled correct?
It does all have to be spelled. Yeah, spelling counts in this test. Time signature too, yeah. You want me to put that up there? Time signature. There it is. S-I-G-N-A-T-U-R. N-A. T-U-R-E. Got it? Anybody else? Okay, it's going away. Now, what does the top number tell us? What is that top number going to tell us in this little thing? Jean? You're close. You got the right idea, but it tells us something more specific. Yes, sir.
How many beats are in each measure?
How many beats are in each measure? How many beats in each measure? How many beats in each measure? Okay. Bless you. Are we good? Not yet? Okay. I can wait. Good now? Anybody else? We're all good? Okay. Now, grab your notes, put them under your chair, grab your boards, pull them up. We're going to practice for some of the next parts of the test you're going to have to do. It's not hard at all. Trust me, you guys are pretty good at it by now.
I do have to draw the 1, 2, 4.
Yes, draw the 1, 2, 3, 4 on your board. This is a subdivision of 1. 1 beat divided into 1 equal part. This is a subdivision of 2. 1 beat divided into 2 equal parts. This is a subdivision of 4. 1 beat divided into 4 equal parts. What you'll have to do is you'll see it like this on your test, and then you have to figure out the actual notes and the correct number of notes. So, number of notes for this subdivision, 1. Number of notes for this one, 2. Number of notes for this one,
4.
For the different games we asked for. So let's try it for a game of 8. So write that on your board. What's this note for the game of 8? What's this note for the game of 8? What's this note for the game of 8? I have the correct number, 2.
Wait, so do we like draw it in a circle?
You can if you want to put it in a circle, or if you just want to have them sitting out, that's fine. Those are the right notes, but do you have the right number for the subdivision of 2 and 4?
That's the biggest mistake, is that people give me the right notes, but they don't give me the right amount.
That is correct. Lucas would have it. Erase it so they don't see your answers, so no one copies. I think that's right number flag. Yeah, it's right number flag's okay. It's just very small. That's correct. That is correct. You are missing some flags on the 2 and 4. Check that out. That is correct. That is correct. Those are the names. Can you give me the actual notes with the right number of notes? That is correct. Don't erase yours for a second, Najan. What's yours? You're missing a note in the 4?
You told me not to erase
I did. You have too many flags on the floor, Angel. That is correct. You're missing 2 notes on the 4. That's correct. That's correct. That's correct. That's correct. There you go. Now you got it. 2 more notes on the 4 you'll have. Yes. Now you got it. Yeah, now you got it. That's correct. That's correct. Now, what's the first note here? 8th note. No, you're correct, Johnny. The last one was correct. I said you were correct. Yeah. It's an 8th note. What goes here? A 16th. How many? 2. Now, I asked Najan not to erase this. Most of y'all wrote this out, and this is correct. Najan wrote this.
Oh.
That's still correct, isn't it?
Yes.
He just what? He barred them together. He's like, hey, they're buddies. Let's bar them together. There's nothing wrong with that. This works just as well, but which one's faster to write? That one for sure. What goes here? 30-second notes. I heard someone say it. 4 of them.
Or a little.
Now, if you want to do that, that will be correct. If you want to do this, how many bars? 3. Either one will be correct. Okay? So that's why I didn't want you to erase that, because that's a good example. Okay, let's change the game. Because we're going to have to do this more than once. Let's do a game of 4. So same thing. Write down what notes go there and make sure you've got the right number of notes too. If they have flags, can you bar them together?
Yes.
If they don't have flags, can you bar them together?
No.
No, they don't have flags. That's correct. No, wait a minute. Wrong game. Try it again.
Oh,
That's right for another game.
oh.
That's not that game, though. That is, oh, too many flags on your 4s. That's correct. That's correct.
Yes.
That's correct, and you barred them. Too many bars on your 4, game of 4. That's correct. That's
Oh.
correct. That's correct. That's correct. Correct. Yes, you got it. That is correct. Oh, it's the bottom one. Okay, yeah, that's correct. That is correct. That is right now, but you add one more note. Because you'd get counted off for missing that note. Too many bars. Too many bars. Too many bars. Got too many bars, man. You're adding too many bars. Still too many bars on the game before. Or the subdivision before, rather. Good? Too many bars. So, take a look up here. Most of you are getting it, but you're adding too many bars. Watch closely. What's the one in this game before? Quarter note. Y'all missed that. Now, if you want to bar these, the subdivision of 2 is what note? Eighth note. It should have one flag, right? When you draw this, that first one is the one flag. Some of you are like, oh, I barred it together, now there's my one flag. No, that's not it. Now you have 2 flags. The top one's the first one, okay? So when you go to the game of 4, it has how many flags for these notes? 2. There's 16th notes. So you could do that, but some of y'all did the same thing. You went, I'm barring them together. That's all you had to do. There's 1, 2. Some of you are like, oh, there's 2. No, now it's 3. So that's what I was saying. Too many bars. That's correct. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
So make sure if you're going to do the barrings, you got it correctly. Let's try one more game. Then we'll mess it up a little bit. Let's do that game. That is correct. Yes, that is correct. Yes, yes, correct, correct. Hang on for a second, looking at Brock's there. Too many bars on the 4. Correct, correct, correct. Yes, that's working. That works. Now you got it.
Yeah, these are fun.
That is correct. That is correct. Not enough notes on the 4. That is correct. That is correct. That is correct. There you go. All right. Now, it's not all going to be that way. Sometimes we give you one of the things, but not all of the things, and we're going to give you one thing and just ask for another thing. So let's try it this way here. Okay? This is the main note. Okay? I want you to show me this subdivision. I'm not showing you the game. I'm not showing you the 2s. All I'm showing you is this. What's this, though? But you got to have the right number of notes. That's right, but the right number of notes. Yes. You have to have the right number of notes. That's correct. Correct, 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 correct. Yes. Wrong. Correct, 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 correct. But you have to have the right number of the 4s. That's not the right number. Correct, correct. That's right. So what's the answer, guys? 4 quarter notes, not just a quarter note. That won't work. That's not right.
You got $1 for those 4 quarters.
You got to have all 4, right? Okay?
What would that be like if you combine them?
If you can't because there's no flags.
Oh, okay.
So if it had a flag, yeah, you could combine them. That's a good question, guys. He asked, what does that look like barred together? You can't bar those together, can you? No, because they don't have any flags. So there's only 3 notes you can't bar together. The whole note, the half note, and the quarter note. They don't have flags. They can't bar together. Let's try it a different way. Okay? I'm going to show you the subdivision of 2. Okay? What's the game? What's the name of the game?
2.
No, don't say it out loud. Write it on your board. Yeah, that's the main note. What's the name of the game? So I'm looking for a number. That's the main note. That's correct. That's correct.
Oh.
That's correct. That's correct. That's correct. Yep. Good. Good. That's correct. That's correct. What's the name of the game? You got all the notes. What's the name of the game? You got all the notes. What's the name of the game? That's the name of the game. You've got all the notes. What's the name of the game? That's it. That's not the name of the game. That's the main note. What's the name of the game? Nope. You got that right. What's the name of the game? That's what the note's called. What's the number? What's the number? You got the name of the note. What's the number? That's correct. That's correct. That's, well, nope. It can't be a circle around because that looks like a subdivision of 1. That is right, but you can't do that. Yes. That's correct. That's correct. There you go. Nope, don't put a circle around it. You've got it, just don't put a circle around it. Because it looks like a sub. What's the answer, guys?
1.
1. But you can't put a circle around it because now it looks like a subdivision of 1. Okay? Don't put a circle around it. I'll think subdivision of 1's the main note or the name of the game. All right? It's just 1. All right. Let's try this. Here's the 4. What's the main note? What's the subdivision of 1? Nope.
Oh my gosh.
What's the main note? Now you're drawing the notes. You're showing the subdivision of 1 if you know the 4s. That's it. That's the name of the game. That's the name of the game. Now I want a note. That's the note. That's the note. That's the note. That's the note. That's it.
Forget the name of the game.
That's the note. Too many notes. It's a subdivision of 1, so you have too many notes there. That's right. That's right. That's right. What's the actual note? That's correct. That's correct. That's correct. That's correct. There you go. You still have too many for the 1s. Look at the subdivision of 1. It should be 1 note. That's correct. There you go. So what is it, guys? What's the main note? A quarter note. All right. You will have to write this down in your test. Posture check, ready to go.
Feet flat, back straight, hanging on the hump, hump.
You'll have to write that on the test. Now erase your boards completely. This is my favorite part. Bonus question time, my favorite part. You cannot erase your answer. You get one shot at this. So once you write it, so put your eraser down. You get one shot at the bonus question here. So put your eraser down. Now, what are your band directors' names? You don't have to have her first name, so Mr. and Mrs. Fine. But what's your band director's name? Both of them.
Does it have to be spelled correctly?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So we don't have to put Mister?
Good, but I'm not married.
I think I have
Do we have to put Mister? Do we have to put Mister?
Hey, can I go outside with us?
You're close.
No.
You got the end. You got the right number of ends, but they're in the wrong place because she's not married yet. Hey, you got it. You got it.
Mister.
Nope. Don't erase it, though. You're stuck with your answer. Nope.
Did I get it right?
Wow. That's good. Wow, that's pretty bad.
Oh, you're good.
No offense, dude. But yeah, don't erase it, though. It's stuck. You're close. I like this one.
What do you say?
You're close. You're very close.
I think she's offended.
Oh, she's
I got you
got
wrong.
Oh, I got right.
You got, yeah, my name's not the problem, guys.
Everybody gets his name.
My name's not the problem.
I bet
No.
everybody's in your class is gonna get your name right.
I think the best one of the day has to be Colton's.
This is Coburn.
Colberman.
Oh, I thought it was Slaughter.
Wait, is he right?
No.
No.
Konemann.
I was so close. But
Okay.
I couldn't miss it.
Konemann.
Exactly. It's over there on that poster, by the way, guys.
I don't think you're right.
I heard it was Coburn.
Right there. I just look onto that.
I said your name was.
Okay, now, erase your boards. Focus up here, guys. Erase your boards now. That's it for the test. It's not going to be that difficult, is it? No, it really is not going to be that difficult.
Is it a bonus question?
It is a bonus question for our names. I don't know. Yes, sir.
Tomorrow, same team.
You'll take your test on Tuesday, okay? So don't lose your notes. Yes, sir.
Like we said, I'm
then you'll take your test on Tuesday.
Where you're going in a
Okay.
corner.
Now then, listen, guys. Shh. Listen. Last thing I want to show you today is what you can expect to start seeing in your beginner band books. Okay? And also, I need to make sure that you guys know about our friend here. But we'll start right here. So, time signature. How many beats in each measure?
4.
What's the main note?
4.
4. Yeah, quarter note. Okay, so you might think this is really easy, but it's not too bad. Okay. How many measures do I have?
2.
2. This is the measure. This is measure. What's this guy called again? A bar line, and he acts like a what?
Reset button.
A reset button for the counts. So where are we going to count for this beat? 1, 2, 3, 4. Reset. What are these? Rests. Are they sound? They're silence. Now, how are we going to keep track with the rests and not lose our place? Our foot tap is definitely going to help. Now, I'm just starting this over because I'm not sure if you've done this. In the Ironspan program, and just the Ironspan program, no one else has this, it's just us. Inside each of your heads lives a little green man. Now, focus. My little green man, I don't know why, don't ask me, but I see him in one of those old like log cabins in the woods type of thing. He's got one of those big old, Duck Dynasty beards going on.
Yeah.
And he's just sitting on a rocking chair. Now, my little green man and your little green man and Miss Coleman's little green man all have one specific job. They sit there and this is what they do all day. 1, 2. Once they see a time signature, they click on. They're like, oh, time signature. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what he does. He helps us keep the subdivision and the counts going, especially when they're rests or if the notes are long. He helps us keep our division going. Does that make sense? So let's see if you can listen to him. Let's count this together, and I'll help him out for the rests. Okay? So should you be counting anything on the rests? Once we get to the end, where does the foot end?
In the air.
Up. So I shouldn't hear an extra down. So here we go. Ready? Feet flat back, straight, high and on the hump. Here we go. Down, up. Here you count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, if your foot went on, wake your little green man up. Give him a wake. Come on. Here we go. Ready? Let's try it again. Ready? He lets you down. Set. And down, up again. And here you go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Give him a high five. I can't believe they did that. Now then, do you see what his job is?
Yes.
He keeps you in track, but he does an other job. Now, can I have notes that are longer than just a beat?
Yes.
Yeah, that's possible. The way composers do that is 2 ways. One is they'll tie the notes together. Looks like a happy face, doesn't it? This translates to this, guys. This is called a tie. Duh, it ties the notes together. This translates to this. It's a quarter note now plus a quarter note. You're combining the 2 notes together. Okay? Now, hang on. Shh. If we're combining this together, this is what the foot looks like. Watch. You combine them together. So are we going to say 2 here?
No.
Who's going to say 2 for you?
The little bit.
The little green man. What are you going to say? You're going to go 1, un. How many pulses all together? You count the number 2.
4.
4. 4 pulses. What do we say here?
2, 3.
What do we say here? 3. Because it's on what beat? 3. That didn't change. So let's count this now. Ready? And listen for the little green man to help you keep your place. Ready? Down, up, ready, and go. 1, 2, Try it again. Ready? Down, up, down, up. So I'm counting out the pulses for you. That first note is 1. 4 pulses, right? Here we go. Down, up, down, up. Here you count. 1, 3, 4. Now, shh. Can y'all hear him? Can y'all hear him? Literally? I mean, I can't. Now, will a composer write this? He's lazy. He's not going to write this. Someone already said it. What can I replace for this tied note? A half note. And it doesn't change anything at all. Let's count it again. Ready? And down, up, ready, and count.